What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Look, I want to talk about something that's really interesting. Interesting, but not surprising, not shocking. And I got to try to instill this in us so we'll know not to be shocked or surprised when we see these things happen and to not even be mad. Now, yesterday, I, like many other people, like thousands and thousands of people, was tuned in to watch the Savior's Day address of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan as he gave his Savior's Day address entitled The Swan Song. The first thing I noticed when I went to NOI.org to watch the feed was that the feed was not available. It had been, the account associated with it had been terminated. So I was like, okay, I can see that. So I started to go to other different outlets. I went to Facebook and it was on there. Then shortly after that, watched it for a little while. That feed went down. It's like, okay. At this point, I'm kind of laughing to myself because we expect that. The minister had been taken down. The minister had been taken down from this platform, been taken down from Facebook, been taken down from Instagram, all the different platforms. So watched a little while longer, getting into it on a different means, different way to watch it, because the network was in full swing. The Muslims and different people were like, soon as it went down, it's like, okay, come over here and check it out. They got it over here. And it's to go down, okay, let's go over here. Because they were already, I guess I'm assuming, prepared that something like this would happen. So anytime the feed would be snatched down, it was always somewhere to go. And eventually we ended up seeing all of it and the majority of it. The little pieces that they were able to take down only knocked us, out of pocket for a little while. So then it went to the next platform, and okay, then that one went down. So there are a lot of things in life that you can chalk up to what is termed as coincidence, but we don't believe in coincidence. We believe in cause and effect, and we understand that the history of this world is set to where truth tellers, individuals who stand on truth and individuals who speak truth to power, are always um, suppressed, or there's great attempts to suppress them, to suppress that truth and to block that truth from reaching the ears of the people, that truth is intended to wake up. And there's no better example of that than Minister Farrakhan. Mr. Farrakhan has been the target for decades in terms of being an individual who's lied on, slandered, propaganda campaigns launched at him in order to distort his message and misinterpret his message, or to place labels on him that do not apply to him, that are false labels applied to him. So it's an example of how you know when you dealing with the real man. See? Because they're not going to do this to an individual who they don't deem to be a threat. This is what y'all got to understand. So, and I'm speaking to those who are maybe on the fence about Farrakhan. You might be on the fence about. You might, I don't really know, man. He's cool, or nah, man. Or you one of those people who just believe everything that you hear mainstream media say, even as it relates to not just Mr. Farrakhan, but any powerful black figures. You just one of those people who believe in everything that's put out. Because if it's on the news or if it's put on the internet on one of these platforms, oh, it got to be true. But for this man to be targeted the way he's been targeted all the time, and for these heavy campaigns, just always something always pulling him down. And if they're not pulling him down off of the platforms, they're pulling down his soldiers, those who stand and those who the minister speaks through, which is why you can never ban the minister. It's impossible because he has planted his seed in too many people to where all that you're doing is like pouring water on a gremlin. They're going to multiply. So there will never be a time where you won't be able to hear the voice and see the face of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But I don't want us to be mad. I don't want us to be surprised and shocked, because when these powers, when they do what they do, they're just doing what is written of them to do. They're carrying out the fulfillment. So propaganda, the flood that comes out, that's spewed out, they have to slander and tear down the man of God. They got to do that. That's how history has always unfolded. And then the pattern is the same. The man of God is going to prevail in the end because he's backed by the God. So it ain't nothing for us to be mad about. It's just something for us to be aware of, and for something for us to watch. For those of us who try to walk in those steps, even though we can't walk in them the way he walk in them, but we taking our little baby steps in that same little path that the minister walks in, and standing up in defense of him. It's something that we got to watch, because there are so many I would say revolutionary minded individuals on these platforms, whether it's here on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you can think of, Twitter, that have run into similar problems where they snatch you down if you say the wrong thing, what they term to be the wrong thing. And typically the wrong thing is just any truth that exposes their agenda. That's the definition. What does wrong thing mean? Wrong thing in 2022 means speaking any truth spoken that exposes a devilish evil agenda carried out by this world. That's the wrong thing. So when these things happen, just know if it happens to you, that means you're doing something right. You're doing something good. So the minister gave the speech that he titled The Swan Song. And it was made understood to us early that it wasn't his swan song. And I won't go into it. I'll let you watch it for yourself and find it for yourself. I'd also advise y'all to tune into my radio show tonight, K-Rino Radio. You can go to kpft.org, and I really go in, a little more in detail on this whole situation. But anytime you are speaking truth to power, power is not gonna lay down and not push back. So they're gonna push, you're gonna push, they're gonna push, you're gonna push, and then sooner or later, something got to give. Whoever backs down first, then that's who will be the loser. So those of you who watched it, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you didn't or had no idea that none of this happened, don't be foolish enough to chalk it up to conspiracy theory. Don't be foolish enough to try to chalk it up to technology. Oh, well, you just few glitches, man. These things happen. Yeah, it happens 4 times on 4 different platforms. Come on, man. But anyway, man, y'all leave y'all comments below, and I'll hit y'all with another one real soon. It's your big brother K-Rino. Peace.